So,
I don't
all
know
right,
either.
let's go to our next topic, man. All right. So our next topic, we got to talk about the bean
Like the
team.
bean.
Man, listen, y'all. This was a historic weekend. Another one. We witnessed, right, or some of us, it was a late game. All right. We witnessed the second highest scoring game in NBA history. Clippers and Kings, 176 to 175 in double OT. All right. Now, when you hear the media talks, when you hear the NBA championship odds, the Kings are nowhere to be found when it comes to being quote unquote contenders. All right. So the question is, are the Sacramento Kings true contenders in the NBA?
Oh, my man said the NBA.
Oh, wait, in the Western Conference, sorry.
You can say both, right? You can say both. I think I started this one off. You can say both. I got a counter question though, and you all don't have to answer it right now. But can a team win comeback player of the year?
A team.
Because the Kings are the comeback players of the year, like the flat up the entire roster, from the
Right.
roster all the way from the roster to the coaches. Like I forgot y'all even had Doug Christie as an assistant coach. I
Yeah.
went back and looked
Oh,
and seen that. I said,
yeah.
"Well, look what they did here. They brought back an original King and Mike Brown, and then you got look." I will talk more about that game with the Clippers, but Joe, you did a phenomenal job in that video. If y'all haven't watched that video, man, go back and check it out. It's on the page. I know y'all killed Joe in the chats about him being a Kings fan, but at the end of the day, if your team's been bad for that long, I think you deserve every moment of what we all got to go through right now. Because I'm telling y'all right now, let this be the Wizards. Let the Wizards be like the Bucks or something in the East. Boy, I would be waving the wand, casting the cape. I don't know what else I would be doing right now. I don't even think we would come up with something so great as like the beam. But look, man, this team started 1-4 in October. I know off rip, a lot of Kings fans was probably sitting back and like, oh, here we go again. Another Kings season. Maybe Mike Brown ain't the coach. And then
Mhm.
you hit the fast forward button, for the people who used to have DVD players, you skip a couple chapters. 35 and 25. Third in the West. Third in the West. Like the West. Like even look what the West, the West was even, but now look at the West now, and they still showing that they're a formidable team. Man, Mike Brown.
Mm.
Shout out to Mike Brown, man. He got all them boys balling. He got the Kings playing so good that the Lakers like, why we let Malik Monk go? Got dropped like 45. Then y'all what y'all do last night?
Oh yeah,
I
it was
came back.
OKC. Yeah,
It
piece of
ain't
shit.
just OKC at this point, man. It's like everybody y'all walking through teams at this point. And I'm not saying walking through as the point of y'all beating them by 20. Y'all actually like showing up and showing out. First in points per game,
Mm.
fourth in assists per game,
Mm.
third in field goal percentage. You
Woo.
know the other two teams are ahead of y'all?
Who?
The Nuggets and the Nets. And I
None,
think the
nothing but
Nets
net.
gonna fall. And I think the Nets gonna fall off. So y'all might be coming for that second spot.
Oh yeah, I'm going to that game too.
Look, that's all I got to say about my rant. I believe y'all are. Yeah, I don't even know why it's a question. Y'all showing improvement. Like it ain't even all talk no more. They actually showing improvement. So Dave, we know we gotta let Joe go last. So
Yeah. We got to let the Kings fan go last.
Mm.
But I understand the question. I understand why the question is being asked because it's been so long since the Kings have been so good. It's been since 2005, 2006 is their last playoff time, and they haven't really been good since then. But you got to look at everything that got into account. They traded for Sabonis. They also got Trey Lyles from Detroit. They got Kevin Herter. When they got Malik Monk, so they surrounded these players that were complementary to De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox was also good, and they already had Davion Mitchell, who was a great defensive guard. Um, so they had a lot of the pieces already around. They just needed a coach to really put there. And I've been saying this. I said this multiple times that a lot of people didn't give Mike Brown a lot of credit for when he was the coach for LeBron James because it was LeBron. A lot of people say when LeBron James has a head coach, it's all about LeBron. But remember how it was with Eric Spoelstra. Eric Spoelstra had to show it too. After they left, he led Miami to the NBA Finals with Jimmy Butler. And Jimmy Butler is not considered a superstar. I don't care anyone says he shows up as a superstar in the playoffs, but no one considers him a superstar in any fashion. The playoff Jimmy is a thing. So, but we also know that you know without stars. I believe there was a time we went 30-11 in the second half of the season with Eric Spoelstra. We didn't make the playoffs, but we went 30-11 in the second half. That shows you that we played pretty well under a head coach. And Mike Brown, I believe, is just as good as a coach. A lot of people gave him flack for when he took over as the for the Warriors when Kerr was sick and they got blown out. I was like, well, that's just one game. That's one outlier. But he came in and he set a standard. He's given his team a spark as a head coach. He's calling them out and letting them be themselves. He had a funny impersonation of Keegan Murray, their rookie, which was funny, but it was good in the sense because Keegan Murray was like, nah, I can do this. It's just I'm trying to make sure everyone else gets it. I can show you I can do this. If you want me to show you, I'm gonna show you. And he went out and showed them. So, and J-Mo, Fox probably put up that 40 piece that you asked him to do.
Another one.
He put up that 40 piece you asked him to do, and he was efficient. He ain't just put up 40. He gave you 42 and 12. He had 12 assists in that game. So he was balling out. And then he had Malik Monk, up right beside him, put up 45 and 6. So I don't think I've ever talked this good about the Kings. But I'll tell you, it's well deserved. They're third in the West right now, and if you're going to say that if they are competing in the West, you got to say they're competing in the NBA. Because
breaking news. Sorry, David. LeBron James, right? He said he played through his foot injury. Is now expected to require multiple opinions. And the Lakers are bracing for his absence to be multiple weeks.
Woo! I said it. I said it.
I was about to call it on the next topic.
I said it. Oh my goodness. Wait till the next segment. I ain't gonna say that now.
We
talk about the Kings.
We
talk about the Kings. So
go ahead. Sorry, I just had to put it out there.
That's big news, though. That's big news.
Talk about the Kings. So I'm gonna leave it there.
I appreciate that.
I got you. But nah, man, the Kings had a fifth night. And then Sabonis, of course, consistent Sabonis, put up a double-double, 20 and 10. So,
my dog.
I mean, it's not much you can say. All I can say is, Miami, sorry. I know we don't look good, but we're used to being good. So, we don't have to worry about waving the wand or lighting the beam. Go ahead, Joe.
Wait,
hey,
my guy in the doghouse.
All right. So look. So do y'all think that the Kings are contenders in the West?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I didn't hear the question to make sure. All right. Let me hear the answer.
I thought without answers, you probably would have figured we were saying yes.
Okay, just making sure.
I got the best chemistry right now outside of the Nuggets.
Yeah, the Nuggets looking sweet. All right.
Fact.
So look, I think we all contend. I think we getting slept on because we don't have that star play that sticks out. You got the Clippers, got Kawhi. The Lakers are 13th place, and they got higher odds than 11th place now. They got higher odds than us to win the championship. They got LeBron and AD, right? Denver got Jokic. Memphis got Ja, who people don't think falls in the same class as Ja for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, I see why, but yeah. So all these different teams, they got a star that somebody that can contend. Now, this is why I think we could be contenders with the right matchup. Now, I'm not going to say we're going to go to the finals. I'm not going to say we're going to go to Western Conference Finals, right? I got us at least winning one playoff series, but there's a chance that we could be contending for, like, in the West to go to the finals. Number one, we had the highest offensive rating in NBA history. So that's the best. We have the best offense in NBA history. Now, yeah, we're 25th in defense, right? But check this out, y'all. In the fourth quarter, we had the 9th best defensive rating in the NBA. So we had top 10 defense. When the game buckles down, we are number 2 in net rating. So we're the second best team in the NBA in the fourth quarter. All right. And when you can score points, you're never out of the game. All right, you're never out of the game. And then when the game is close, guess what? Statistically, we got the clutchest player in the NBA, De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is leading the NBA in clutch points while shooting a high percentage. right? And on top of that, in the playoffs, you need coaching. Coaching comes with adjustments from game to game. Mike Brown has proven that so far in the NBA so far. When we play a team twice in a row, right, back-to-back games, we are 5-0 when playing them the second time in this season. So that shows that Mike Brown and the team is doing an awesome job adjusting to the same opponent. We will be 6-0 after Tuesday after we beat OKC, but we will be 6-0 on Tuesday, right? So Mike Brown is a huge deal. And when you're in the playoffs, when you're playing at home, your bench is so valuable. We are 8th in the NBA in bench points. All right. Most of those teams ahead of us are not even in the playoff picture. Right. So when it comes, you look at the playoff teams, we're like the top 3 team in the playoffs with and bench scoring. We got people like Malik Monk. I just saw he dropped 45 off the bench. That's not the first time he scored over 30 points. He scored 30 points multiple times off the bench. Trey Lyles scored 30 points before at the bench. And then you got people like who not expecting to score 30. Keegan Murray scored 30 a few times. So we have multiple options we can go to because of the flow of the offense. I think we're a great fast break team, and I think because of Mike Brown's system coming from the Spurs and the Warriors, we are a great half-court team. So offensively, we can put up points and we can close games out. So I'm excited. And then saying we're not contenders, I mean, the teams that I see in the West that are people might not bet, people like everybody might bet against us are the Suns and the Nuggets. That's it. We play the Mavericks. Mavericks ain't got their chemistry down. The Warriors, I mean, the Warriors are the Warriors right now, right? They up in the air. Grizzlies, I'm not afraid of the Grizzlies at all. Like, that's what I really want to see. I want to see the Grizzlies. I want to show y'all that Fox. Fox is the best two-way guard in the NBA, point guard in the NBA. I'll say right now. He's the best two-way point guard in the NBA. All right?
One of or
I think he's the best two-way point guard. I think he's the best. I think he's the best two-way point guard in the NBA right now. All right? So I think we can be contenders, but I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to make a run. But I do think we are in the second round minimum, which is a win for us. I think it's a huge win for us.
Yeah, I think when people hear contender, they automatically think that you can win everything. We're not saying that this year the Kings are going to be able to go to the finals and win everything, but we're saying that they have a team that's good enough to be able to compete.
It's a fact.
That's pretty much what I'm saying. I think they're good enough to compete. I mean, it's the second half of the NBA season. They're still third in the West. Right? What more do you really need to see? I get it. I get it. You do want to see them in the playoff series, but right now they look good enough.
But in the last 3 or 4 stats that Joe just named shows you they're a playoff team, clutch in the fourth quarter, back-to-back adjustments. Like if you play a team twice in less than 3 days and you lose the first one, but you beat them the second time, that right there lets you know that coaching is already on point. Because what's going to happen in the playoffs? I play like every 3 to 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
So the game can slow down all it wants. We can score and we can make the proper adjustments to win the game in the fourth.
Mm-hmm.
That's a playoff team.
I'll say this about contenders being teams that people are scared to play. I don't think the Kings are an easy team to play either. So I will say that they are going to put some fear in someone. If that right matchup, they're not going to want. Some teams not going to want to face them. And Fox, by the way, has been clutch, and he's 96% from the field in the paint in February.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's ever been
efficient, man.
Efficient. So,
and last thing I want to say is, I think getting the playoffs is a big spotlight for us, right? Everybody's watching this, everybody in the world, and I think honestly, y'all, I'm not over exaggerating. I think we're one shot blocker away for being a legit contender, like for real. Like when I say legit, I mean like we can make a run to the finals with a shot blocker, because that's our issue. Our issue is, like, we play good defense. We don't have we contesting, but we just small. Like, we're small. Like at the rim, Sabonis is only 6'10", and he's not a shot blocker. He's not no leaper. You feel me? So I think we're one shot blocker away. I look at that Spurs team, right? That Spurs team that beat Miami the second time. Tim Duncan was not in his prime, but what Tim Duncan still was, a shot blocker, great rebounder, and a great facilitator within the offense. Kawhi Leonard wasn't a great player. Tony Parker was on the edge of his seat, right, on the edge of his career. So was Ginobili. But yet they had a system, and they had shooting, and they had defense. And I think that's what we have without the shot blocking. I really do. I think once we get a shot blocker, we're going to legit be a contender next year. So It will happen this offseason.
So if y'all had Rudy Gobert, you think
No,
y'all would be?
Rudy be good. Matter of fact, he actually be good for real.
Well, look, a guy just got bought out, Nerlens Noel, so y'all could probably go get him.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. We had an eye on him, but I think we need a stretch 5. I think we need a stretch 5 because the bonus. I think we need a stretch 5. He do a lot of damage inside, so I think we get a stretch. We're not trying to pull him Minnesota and call out the paint. All right, I think we get a stretch 5. That's why I like Obama. But hey, Lakers, good job for taking it from us. All right, so.
Well, Brook Lopez is a stretch 5.
Yeah, that's why he a perfect compliment to Giannis. That's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, by the way, hey Brooklyn, you're gonna see me March 16th. I'll be there. I'll be in Brooklyn. I wasn't going to DC, but too far. But I ain't trying to drive something out. Right,
you trying to go down there and see them lose. Speaking of losing,
all right, let's go to that next topic. All right, let's not talk about that. All right, y'all. So great. Hey, one of my favorite topics, man. I appreciate y'all for the kind words of the Kings, but we're gonna move on. I'm sad that we gotta move on, but we're gonna do it. All right, so we have the Mavericks, y'all, and the Lakers went toe to toe yesterday. The Lakers had the biggest comeback of the season so far. All right, so Dave was off right here. Were you more impressed of the Lakers' 27-point comeback, or were you more disappointed in the Mavs giving up that 27-point lead?
So, people don't know Kyrie's my favorite point guard in the league.
Oh, for real?
It's my favorite point guard in the league. However, I'm more surprised not surprised, but I put more praise